My name is Chris Masterjohn. I have a PhD in nutritional sciences, and what I'm doing in this video is I'm giving you a brief tutorial about how I use MyFitnessPal to track my calories. And this is part of a much broader topic, and it's a companion to my podcast episode 23 of the Daily Lipid. If you want to get the full podcast and all the show notes, you can go to chrismasterjohnphd.com/23. And this broader topic is how I lost 30 pounds in 3 to 4 months and kept it off, but also how I knew it was the right time. And so in this broader topic, it's about how do you know when it's the right time to lose weight and when it's the wrong time? And if it's the wrong time, how do you prepare yourself for the right time? And so when you do approach weight loss, one of the many ways that you can approach it is to track your calories, and that is what worked for me. And so for the rest of this video, I'm going to focus in on, for just a few minutes, why is it so easy to use MyFitnessPal to track your calories once you know your weight around the app. So without further ado, here it is. Alright, so you can see in the MyFitnessPal app in the upper right corner of the screen, they tell you how many calories that I have to eat. I totally ignore that. I don't use it at all. I don't use it to track exercise. I only use it to track my calories and whatever macros I care about, which is generally just protein if I'm trying to lose weight. So if you click in the lower the lower left corner of the screen, you click Diary. That brings you into what you're doing today. Now, suppose that for breakfast I had U.S. Wellness Meats. You can see that as I start to type it in, one of the things that I eat a lot is U.S. Wellness Meats liverwurst, so I can select that. Usually I eat 6 ounces at a time. The last time I ate it, it was 3.6 ounces. That's why that was there. But I can just change that there. And let's say I had, I'm just making this up, but let's say I had 2 ounces of buckwheat pasta. I could take that, and it's in my recent, so it kind of comes up right at the top. Change that to 2 ounces. And voila. And so let's make this a little more realistic. Say I had a piece of fruit. Ordinarily, I would weigh the fruit on my food scale. Say this is an orange, and you can change what it's weighing it in. So, it's sometimes they don't give you grams, as in this case. It's a lot easier when they do give you grams. But if they give you 100 grams, let's say this was a 182 gram orange. You just change this to 1.82 and voila. Okay, now it can get even easier than that. Let's say you eat the same thing every day. So here, it knows what I had for lunch yesterday. So if I ate the same thing for lunch today, I can just swipe right to add it. And what you can see here is the evidence of my salad. So in my real salad, what I did was I had a large plate of lettuce that I didn't count the calories of because there's so few calories in lettuce that I don't even bother tracking it. I had 2 raw Brazil nuts that I crushed up and put it on there. And I had about a ½ ounce of cheese that I grated over the salad, and you can see that on the bottom. Then I also had 4 eggs that were cooked in ½ a tablespoon of butter. And I also had 2.6 ounces of cheese that I topped with 17 grams of honey. Okay, so now, supposing that today I had kind of a similar thing for lunch, but I didn't have the raw cheese and the honey. Well, I can just swipe left on the honey and delete it. I can click on the raw cheese and say, at this time I only had that ½ ounce on my salad, so I changed it there, and then I'm done. Now, supposing that I had something new to eat today. Well, I can just search for, let's say I'm searching for some kind of raw cheese. And we can search through that, and you can see that there's some cashew cheese that comes up, there's some Gouda cheese. All you want to do is actually type more specifically what you're looking for. Maybe you bought it at Trader Joe's, maybe it came from a particular brand. But one of the things to note here is that they have millions of things in the database, but they don't have everything. So you notice that they have a bunch of raw cheeses. You notice they have U.S. Wellness Meats liverwurst. This is not just the popular stuff, but if you are using a particular raw cheese that's, maybe it's a raw cheddar cheese, and, oops, I misspelled that. Maybe it's a raw cheddar cheese, and it's not it's a local brand, and it's not like Organic Valley or something like that. But maybe what you want to do is say, well, the calorie count is going to be close enough to Trader Joe's or close enough to Organic Valley that we can just pick that. And so, you're never too far away from something that you really want. Now, with restaurants, they may have, let's say, maybe they have um, Chipotle. They have all kinds of specific meals from Chipotle. So you can use this with eating out. But it's the same thing again. If this is the new startup restaurant on the trendy strip in your neighborhood that some hipster started, they're probably not going to have it in here. But you might be able to find a reasonable approximation. Or you can just say, all right, I'm going to go out to eat so many times per week, and I'm going to say the hell with it, and I'm not going to count my calories on those days, but I'm going to track my calories 80% of the time, and that's going to be able to put me in this state of weight loss. Now, what if you track calories from your homemade foods? Well, one of the things that I do is I cook foods in batches. So I can go to More in the lower right corner of the screen. I can go to my recipes and foods, and you can see these are all the batches of different lentils, rice, potatoes, and whatever vegetables I put in. We can make a new one, so we go to Add One, and we can say, you can add a recipe from the web. I don't use that, but that could be really convenient. But let's say we enter ingredients manually. And I'll just give this a name. Usually I would give it a name of what's in it and the date, but we'll call it My Recipe. And this you just make up, say it serves to 10 people, and you just have to keep track of what you put there, but it doesn't really matter what you did put there. Now, let's say we do what I usually do. So usually I will take sprouted lentils. So I go to Add Ingredients, I click on the barcode scanner, and then I just put the barcode under there, and it knows what they're worth. And one thing you might be able to do is say 1 container. That means I put the whole bag in. That's what I usually do. And then I will add the rice. And so again, we use the barcode scanner and put it up to the barcode. It finds the rice. And let's see, this time it does not give me the choice of picking 1 container. So what I have to do is say, all right, they're saying this serving size is 143 calories. I look at the bag, it says exactly the same thing. The bag says that there are 943 calorie servings in it, so I will say number of servings 9. Now what I don't have here is I would usually chop up potatoes and put them in. So if I'm doing that, I am going to add another ingredient, probably use the barcode scanner and scan the bag of potatoes. If it doesn't scan or doesn't have those particular potatoes, I can find the closest approximation by searching, but usually you can scan the barcode on the bag of potatoes. And then I'll have some vegetable, but unless it's like carrots or something like that that actually have some significant calories, if it's like kale or broccoli, I'm just going to ignore that contribution because the calories are so little. And then I'll say, okay, I'm done here. I made this. I'm going to save it. Now, the one complication that you have here is that this is 1/10 of whatever you made. So 1/10 of what you made is 227 calories, 9.7 grams of protein, etc. What you need to do is weigh the final product. So if you cook a big batch of something, you need to weigh that before you put it into whatever containers are going in your fridge, because you're adding water to it and then some unknown quantity of water is evaporating away. So if you are tracking that by weight, which is the only accurate way to do it, you have to take 1/10 of the final weight of that food and call that 1 serving. So for me, what I do is I take the weight, I divide it by 10, and I put that number on my refrigerator, and now I know that 1 serving of this is always going to be, let's just make up something and say it was 250 grams. Whenever I go to use this, I'll just weigh out 250 grams and that will be 1 serving. Now if you go back here, let's say I ate that for dinner, what I would do is I would click on Recipes in the upper right corner and then My Recipe. I just made that. So I can say, oh, I'm eating 250 grams, that's exactly 1 serving. Or I'm eating 500 grams, that's 2 servings. And then I just click on it and it adds it in there. Now I will go to the bottom of the screen and click on nutrition, and that will bring up my macro percentages here. Now, personally, when I'm organizing my diet to lose weight, I only look at the protein, and I want to get that up to whatever my protein goal is to help preserve lean mass. In my case, it's been 150 grams, and that's based on 1 gram per target, 1 gram per pound of target body weight. Now, if you are trying to track your carbohydrates and fat, you can do that here. But I'm just going to look at the protein, and I'm going to look at the calories, which is up at the top of the screen where it says food, and it says 1,413. That is the calories I've eaten in this imaginary diet today that I've just tracked for you. I would right now, because I'm trying to be weight stable, I would want that to say about 2,500 at the end of the day. When I was trying to lose a pound or two a week, I was trying to get that to 2,150. All right, well, there you have it. I hope you found this valuable. Now, remember that this is part of a broader topic about my personal story of how I lost 30 pounds in 4 months and kept it off, but it's also about how I knew it was the right time and how to know when it's the wrong time to lose weight, and how, if it is the wrong time, to get your body to a place where weight loss is something sustainable and something doable and something that's not going to cause a stress response and hurt your health. And so if you are interested in that broader topic, go on to chrismasterjohnphd.com/23, or go to the Daily Lipid in your favorite podcast app, search for the Daily Lipid, and listen to episode 23. That's all for now, and I will see you in the next video.